Hey there, Regina Andler here, and it is time for the weekly AI Spotlight. This week, our theme is simplicity, and I want to talk about simplifying your tool stack. Now, on Tuesday, we talked about simplifying um, how to create that smaller tool stack for what you need. And I actually want to show how AI can help you with this, because a lot of times what I hear is, but I don't know what tools I need. And the thing is that more is not always better. So if you think about all those things that you find, you're like, oh, wow, this next new tool came out, and then this came out, and then this came out, and I keep trying this, I keep trying that. Before you know it, you have 5 million different subscriptions that you don't even remember that you had, and you're not using any of them, but you're paying for them. So simplifying your tool stack is all about being more efficient in your business. So for this case, I'm going to use Claude. So we're going to bring our friend Claude up. I'm going to go incognito. And what I want to do is put in a couple prompts, because when you think about it, AI can help you with a lot of planning and setup. Stuff that you used to have to do all by yourself. You have to think about, okay, I don't know, what tools do I need? Oh yeah, let me write it down. I need a tool for this. I need a tool for that. I need a tool. AI can help you do it so much faster, because you can put the information into AI, and then AI can spit out exactly the tools that you need for what you need to get done, without you having to do hours and hours of research on what tools are the best tools to get the job done. So here's the first prompt, and this is the vanilla prompt that I put together. I'll put these in underneath when we're done here. Let me copy this, and I'm going to paste it in. And so here's a list of tools and apps I currently use or pay for, and you're going to put your list in there. For each one, tell me specifically what it's designed to do and what it's best used for. Keep the explanations short and in plain language. All right, so I made some demo data here so you can see how this works. So let me get my demo data, which has a bunch of what I actually use, but also has a bunch I don't use. So I'm going to paste that right in here. I'm going to take that. So here's a list of tools and apps I currently use or pay for: Claude, ChatGPT, Canva, Calendly, MailChimp, Zoom, Later, Google Drive, Loom, and a project management tool called ClickUp. Think about your list. Sound familiar? You know, maybe it's not MailChimp, maybe it's GHL, maybe it's ActiveCampaign or some other CRM tool. You know, what is it that you use? So here's what I'm going to do, and we're just going to hit go and let it decipher what we've got here. So here's the rundown. Claude, AI assistant, that's me, because I'm in Claude. Great for writing, brainstorming, answering questions, and working through problems step by step. Claude, another AI assistant, similar to Claude. People use it for writing, research, coding help, and general QA. Canva, design tool for making graphics without needing design skills. Best for social media posts, flyers, presentations, and simple logos. The prompt said specifically, tell me what I'm using this for. Because as you start going through this and you're like, yeah, well, I don't need that. Or, oh, I have a VA that does this, so I actually don't really need that tool. Now you know what you can get rid of. You know what you need, and you know what you can get rid of. So this is a really cool exercise to run through on AI with what you have right now. And if you have a whole bunch that you purchased, and you're like, I purchased that like 6 months ago, I've never even used it, put it in here anyways, because it might come up and say, here's what it does and here's what it's best used for. And you're like, I didn't even think of using it for that. And now all of a sudden you're going to start using it because it now has a purpose. All of the tools and apps that you pay for must have a purpose. Otherwise, they're useless. You're just throwing money out the window. So this helps you go through and decide what's what. So here's all of the different things here. So the second prompt is set up basically to say, okay, here's all the stuff that I've got. And the second prompt is, here's all the stuff that I need to get done. And so here's all the tasks that I need to do. So now we're going to take the tasks you need to do and match them to that tool stack. So let me grab that prompt right here. Copy, I'm going to paste that in. Again, they'll all be posted underneath here. So here are the tasks I do on a regular basis in my business, and you're going to list all of your regular tasks. That's where you need to fill it in. Compare this to the tool list and the explanations from before. Tell me which tools clearly support these tasks, which tools don't seem to match anything that I actually do, and where I might be missing support for something I do regularly. So we're asking it, here's everything I need to get done. Do I have the right tools? Do I need more? Do I need less? Do I need something different? What's going on here? So again, I created some demo data here. I'm going to pop in here for time purposes. So here's my demo data. So I'm going to get rid of that and paste in my demo data. Here's the tasks that I do on a regular basis in my business. Writing weekly social media posts, scheduling client discovery calls, sending a weekly email newsletter, recording short video tips for social media, managing my client onboarding checklist, and creating simple graphics for Instagram. Now think about that. Sound familiar? Probably have more tasks than that. Maybe you create a blog, maybe you're doing some other stuff, maybe maybe you're the one creating stuff for your clients. It could be all kinds of different things. So compare that list. Let's see what he does. So he's going to come up and take that. Okay, these line up. So these tools line up. Claude, ChatGPT, Canva, Calendly, MailChimp, Later, Loom, ClickUp. Tools that don't match anything on your list. You didn't say anything about scheduling discovery calls you didn't say anything about hosting them. So, and that's what it says. You didn't mention hosting them. So you might turn around and go, okay, yeah, but you know what? When I do the call, I do it on Zoom, so I know I need Zoom. And Google Drive, nothing on the list really points to using that. You might turn around and say, oh, but that's where I keep all the documents that I share with my clients, da, 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 da. So you may say, okay, well, they don't look like they match, but I actually use them. So now you can fit them into your system, right? And so those tools are okay. Some gaps. You got 2 AI writing tools. They're doing pretty much the same job. Not a gap, but do you need them both? Personally, I use them both. Kind of go back and forth between them. Depends on what I'm doing. Claude does some things better than ChatGPT does, in my opinion, and vice versa. So I go back and forth with them. They're at this point in the AI world, in the evolution of AI, they're getting pretty close there. The gap is closing with those two, but I still use both of them. But that's a valid question, right? Editing your videos. Loom records them, but if you want to polish them, you don't have an editing tool. Onboard content lives. ClickUp tracks checklists and stuff, but if it contracts and PDFs, unless Google Drive is quietly doing that job. So there you go. It gives you some more information. So the next prompt and the last one is about what am I missing? So, and this is going to kind of close the loop. And so now we take this prompt, and the next one is to say, so based on the regular tasks I listed that are not well supported by my current tools, suggest 1 or 2 tools that might be a better fit. Keep the recommendation simple. I don't want a long list. So because it came up and said, well, there's these, tools that don't match anything, possible gaps. All right, so tell me where I've got some holes and how I need to fill them in. So there's nothing to add to that one. That's just basing it off of what it's already done. So based on your gaps, here's your 2 strongest picks. For polishing your video tips, CapCut. Great tool. Free, simple, made for short social videos. CapCut is a great tool for that. So if you're doing a bunch of reels, you're doing a bunch of videos and that kind of thing, might be something to consider. For onboarding content, there are some apps that actually help you do this. Whether or not you want to go there is another story. Again, you might want to use your Google Drive. So this is like AI is not planning it for you. AI is just helping you uncover what tools do I actually need and which ones don't I need? What do I need to get my business done? It is so easy to get sidetracked by all of the new shiny toys that are out there. Let AI give you the idea of, okay, here's, based on everything that you told me, here's the stuff that you need, and you need a tool that does this, you need a tool that does this, you need a tool that does this. So if you don't already have one, here's some examples of good tools to work with, like it mentioned CapCut here. So when you think about the tools that you need for your specific business, which ones are going to actually support the processes, the systems and processes that you have in place for getting your business done? Whether that's working with your clients, whether that's your marketing for, creating your social posts, your lead magnets and all that kind of stuff, whatever it is, you need to determine what uniquely you need in your business. And then you can pick and choose the tools that are right for you. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not going to change tools later, because I didn't put it in here and I'm not going to on here, but just a little side note, you could always go in and say, okay, here's all the tools that I'm using right now. Based on all the newer tools that are out in the marketplace right now, is there a better tool for this job? So you might want to go out and just every now and then check and see if there's a better tool. Maybe it's a cheaper tool. Maybe it's a more efficient tool. Maybe it's a more encompassing tool. There's all kinds of tools that are constantly being created. You want to find what works best for you and your business, because the purpose of the tools is to help you simplify and streamline your business. So if you're finding that you're constantly overwhelmed, you've got so many things to do, and it doesn't seem like there's enough hours in the day, then it's time to look at your tool stack and figure out, well, what do I have? It could be simplifying means actually going out and getting some more tools to help you simplify what you're doing. Because again, more is not necessarily better. Less is not necessarily better either. It's that sweet spot of what do you actually need to get your tasks done. So use AI to help you determine that. It helps you parse stuff out. Back in the old days when we used to all go to Google or Microsoft and Internet Explorer at the time, Edge now. Back in the days when we used to go out and search for this stuff, it could take hours to research tools, to research, I don't know what I need. First, you have to figure out, okay, here's the task. What do I need? Da, 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 da. What are all good tools? Hey, PC Magazine says these ones are the top tools for 2026. Okay, so now I got to go and check each one of these tools and figure out which one. You can go to AI now and let it do all of that work and parse all of that stuff in seconds. This is why I love using AI, especially for this type of research, to figure out what's needed. So, what do you have in your tool stack now? Too much? Too little? Use these prompts, check it out, and see where you stand right now, and see where you can simplify and make your life and your business that much easier. That's what I got for you this week. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.